Hello, I'm Larry, and this is Carter's Country. Joined again today by Justin Carter, and today we're going to talk about Mossberg, specifically the Shockwave. All right, Justin, as we talk about the Shockwave here, first thing, before we get into the details of the gun, I think they really got the name right. Shockwave. It kind of sounds like a superhero, like if Captain America and Wonder Woman have a kid, they would name it Shockwave, don't you think?
Yeah, I've liked the gun. It's definitely jumps off the shelf at you if you haven't seen them before in person.
Yeah, I think, they came out with it in 2017, and it really kind of shook up the shotgun world as far as personal defense shotguns. Mossberg already has a great name with their line of personal defense shotguns. They're used by law enforcement. They're in homes all across America. And I guess they decided not to just rest on their laurels there and to keep creating and to come up with something different. And they definitely did with this. The Shockwave is just a little over 23 inches long. It's got the Raptor grip on the back, and as you can see here, the little strap here in the front. When I first saw it, my first thought was, it's a 12 gauge shotgun in that size. How do you handle that thing?
Yeah, they're a lot of gun in a small space.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Fortunately, the people at Mossberg obviously had thought of that ahead of time, and they did a couple of things with it. I'm going to go ahead and take the gun off the rack for just a second and show you. First of all, the strap here to hold the gun down. Now, with a gun like you said, this big gauge in this small a package, you're going to have the gun come up a little bit. You're going to have some muzzle flip. But by having the strap there to hold your hand and to make sure you stay secure, it helps you control it. And it's not about eliminating kick or muzzle flip, it's about being able to control it. And the same thing with the Raptor handle. Now, I've shot a 12 gauge shotgun with just a straight pistol grip.
Yeah.
It hurt. And
all that force goes right into you. Yeah,
and it comes up and it bends your wrist in an angle that your wrist wouldn't normally be bent in unless you're like a pro wrestler or you're really bad at jumping on trampolines. I mean, it just wasn't pleasant. The Raptor grip, it gets your hand and your forearm up here behind the chamber, and so as kind of like with the front, you're not eliminating the kick, but you're controlling it, and it kind of rotates the gun down or back and kind of like that, so you're not taking anything horrible this way, and it's not flipping up and binding you or anything like that. It's a really creative design, and they really made the recoil manageable. And it's just such a unique, fun gun.
Yeah, I mean, being on the sales floor, I've sold this gun to all ages, both men and women. A lot of people, when they first see it, they are a little bit intimidated by it. And once you get somebody out on the range and start actually using it, it takes a time or two to get used to it, but it still shoots great.
It's really hard to describe, and I think the reason it's hard to describe the experience is because it's such a unique gun.
Yeah.
You can't equate it to anything else. It's its own experience.
Well, and the fact that it comes in a 410, a 20 gauge, and a 12 gauge variant, that's a huge plus. So for those people who are, strictly anti-recoil, you can go with a 410 option, and it gives you that a little less kick in the front side.
Right.
So that's a nice option as well.
Yeah, it's once you come out with a winning design, you see it with Mossberg and you see it with just about any company. Once they come out with a winning design, then they start coming out with options, different gauges or calibers depending on what it is. And Mossberg did it with this one. It's been out now, like I said, since I think January of 2017, and it's been a huge hit. You mentioned shooting it, and we talked about trying to explain it. Why don't we go outside, put a few rounds downrange with it, and then come back in here and talk a bit while it's fresh in our minds about exactly what that was like.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I'll outshoot the hell out of Brad Pitt.
I hope so.
Fire in the hole.
Perfect.
Well, Larry, that was pretty fun. Yeah, it was. It's kind of different to shoot something like this. You know, no matter how much range time you log with a rifle, pistol, whatever, and you find something different and unique like this, it's always fun to go out there and give it a test drive.
Yeah, shooting these guns, we really hopefully we got a little bit of a different variety of shooting. We shot from the hip and shot more of a traditional stance. Both, the recoil wasn't bad on either one of them. I was surprised. I mean, it's good to see.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I don't know that I can really articulate it, but the manageability of a 12 gauge shotgun in this size package, Mossberg really knocked it out of the park on the design. I don't know everything they did. I understand the Raptor handle, obviously the strap up front, but man, it's just so shootable in as you said, in either position. It makes it ideal for self-defense. With a shorter barrel, you're coming around a corner in your house, in your garage, whatever. It's so manageable. And then however you're holding the gun at a moment where you need to fire it, you can do it. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to be able to handle it just fine in any shooting position.
Absolutely. And as always, if you ever shopped, shot, or hunted with us, you're part of the Carter's Country family. And until next time, adios.
Adios.